Most creators that treat the hook as a thing that happens before the video starts, an intro, a preamble, a setup. And because they think of it that way, they write it last. They write it loosely and they write it in a way that tells the viewer that the video is about, instead of making the viewer unable to stop watching it. The hook is not before the video. The hook is the video's most critical structure or element, the only part that determines whether everything else you made gets seen by the person who clicked it. And I've tested hook structures across channels in completely different niches, and five of them consistently outperform everything else on average. View duration. And here they are. And with examples you can apply immediately. Why most hooks fail. Before the five that work, the one that doesn't, the context setting hook. This is the default. In today's video, I'm going to cover 5 strategies for X. These are really important because X affects your Y, and a lot of people struggle with Z. It sounds professional. It sounds organized. It sounds like the responsible way to open a video. And it performs terribly because it does the opposite of what a hook really needs to do. A hook's job is not to tell someone what they're about to watch. They already know that. The thumbnail and title told them a hook's job is to create a psychological state in which stopping feels like a loss, tension, curiosity, the sense that something important is unresolved and the resolution is seconds away. Context setting, it creates none of that. It restates information the viewer already has, and which signals that the next 30 seconds are also going to restate information they already have, which is the cue to leave. And the five hooks that work all create tension in different ways for different types of content. Match the hook to the video and watch time follow. Hook one, the results first. State the result of the video before you explain how you got there, not a teaser. The actual result, clearly and specifically in the first 10 seconds. I paid $22,000 in 11 months on a $38,000 salary. I'm going to show you exactly how. The single script change increased my channel's average view duration from 34% to 61%. I tried every productivity system on the market for a year. One of them actually worked. The first hook works because answers the viewer's most fundamental question, is this worth my time, before they've had a chance to leave. The result creates immediate credibility. This person has something real to share, immediate specificality. These are not vague promises, an immediate reason to stay. And how did they do that? The viewer is now watching to find out the mechanism behind a result they're already confirmed exists. And the hook, it works best for educational, how to, and personal finance content where the viewer came with a specific goal. It needs to know the immediately whether the video can help them reach it. And the results need to be specific. Not I grew my channel, but I went from 400 to 14,000 subscribers in 7 months. Vague results don't create the poll, specific ones do. And here, hook number two, the story in progress. Drop the viewer into a story that is already happening. Not, I want to tell you about the time I blank, a scene already unfolding that they arrive inside of rather than being introduced to. It's 11 p.m. I've just opened my bank account and the number I'm looking at makes no sense. I've been working 60 hours a week for 80 months. This is what I found. The email said my channel had been demonetized. It just hit 10,000 subscribers 3 days earlier. Here's what happened when I did it. My landlord was standing at my door. I had 3 days to figure something out. This is what I figured out. The story in progress hook works because the human brain is compelled to resolve the incomplete narratives. A story already in motion creates an open loop that the viewer's mind wants it closed. Leaving the video means leaving the story unresolved, which creates mild but real psychological discomfort. And most people don't leave, they stay to find out what happened. And this hook works best for personal narrative content, vlog style videos, and any content where the creator's own experience is the case study. The scene needs to be specific and sensory enough to feel real. A time, a place, a concrete detail that makes the viewer believe they're in the moment rather than watching a performance. Hook number three, the counterintuitive claim. Open with a statement that contradicts what the viewer already believes and commit to it without immediately walking it back. The best thing you can do for your YouTube channel is post less. Save money is making your financial situation worse. The resume tip, or the resume tip everyone gives you is the reason you're not getting interviews. The counterintuitive claim hook works claim because it creates immediate cognitive dissonance. The viewer's existing belief is challenged. The only way to resolve the dissonance is to either confirm their original view or update it with new information. Is to watch the explanation. Leaving without the explanation means walking away with an uncomfortable, unresolved contradiction in their understanding. And this hook requires outrage to execute well because it feels like you're making an extreme statement. And you are, but the extreme is what creates the tension. A gentle qualification in the first sentence. The best thing you can do for your channel is, in some cases, arguably post slightly less in certain circumstances. Destroys the hook completely. You know, comment to the statement. Deliver deliver it. Explanation inside the video, not in the hook. This hook works best for opinion, analysis, and insight driven content where the creator has a genuine perspective that contradicts conventional wisdom. It does not work if its counterintuitive claim isn't actually true, though. Viewers who watch through and discover the claim was a trick to get them and in will leave feeling manipulated and won't come back. And hook number 4, the specific promise. Make a hyper specific commitment about what the viewer will have, know, or be able to do by the end of the video. Not a vague promise, a specific, viable, time bounded, deliverable. Like for instance, by the end of this video, you'll have a complete thumbnail system you can use on every video you ever make. Or in the next 12 minutes, you'll understand exactly why your channel stopped growing and the one thing that fixes it. Another example, this video will give you the 3 questions you need to ask in every salary negotiation. Questions I've used to add $47,000 to my total compensation over 3 years. The specific promise hook works because it activates the viewer's goal-oriented attention. They arrive with a need. And you've told them precisely how this video meets the need and approximately how long it will take. The uncertainty about whether this video is worth watching has been replaced with a specific and a credible offer. And staying is now rational decision because the outcome of staying has been defined. And specifically, it is what makes or breaks this hook. You'll learn a lot about YouTube growth. Is not a promise; it's a category. Or, for instance, you'll have a thumbnail template you can apply in 30 minutes. Is a promise. The more specific and verifiable and the deliverable, the more the hook pulls. This hook works across almost every content type, but it's especially powerful for tutorials and educational content where the viewer has a concrete outcome in mind and needs quickly assess whether this is the right video to deliver it. Hook number 5, the uncomfortable truth opens with something truth that your viewer has been avoiding, a fact about their situation they know but haven't wanted to look at directly. If your channel has been struck at the same subscriber count for 3 months, you're not having bad luck. You're making one of 4 specific mistakes, and you keep making it because nobody has told you which one. For instance, most people reading personal finance books are doing it instead of managing their money, not as a way to manage their money better. Or the reason your job applications aren't converting isn't your resume. No, it's what you're applying to the wrong jobs in the wrong way, and you've been doing it long enough that you've stopped questioning whether the approach works. And the uncomfortable truth hook works because it names something the viewer already suspects but hasn't confronted. And there's a recognition response, okay? The slight discomfort of being seen accurately. That creates immediate connection between the creator and the viewer and the specific claim that follows the truth. Like you're making one of 4 specific mistakes, converts that recognition into a reason to stay. And this hook requires the uncomfortable truth being genuinely true and genuinely uncomfortable. Not performatively or provocative, but specifically accurate in a way that makes the right viewer feel described. When it lands, the connection it creates is stronger than any other hook type. And when it misses, when the truth is either obvious or exaggerated. It reads as manipulation and damages the trust. And here's how to use them, okay? These 5 hooks are not interchangeable. They work for different types of content and different viewer psychological states. Results first for achievement content, story and progress for narrative content, or counterintuitive claim for opinion and insight content. Specific promise for tutorial and educational content, and uncomfortable truth for diagnostic and self improvement content. Match the hook to the video's core mechanism, and the watch time improvement is immediate and measurable. Use the wrong hook for the content type, and even a well executed hook will feel off. And the viewer senses the mismatch between the opening promise and what the video actually delivers. And the one rule that applies to all 5: commit fully. Half executed hook is worse than no hook. And the tension that creates watch times comes from specifically confidence and the courage to open with something that demands the viewer to pay attention. Write your hook last after you know exactly what the video delivers, and then write it as if the first 15 seconds are the only seconds that matters, because for most of your viewers, they are. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, like and subscribe, and also check out this one up here on the right. It will help you on your YouTube journey. And thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.